each one of us are going to have our song. There's going to be, I think we all have a soundtrack that we build around our lives, and we hear a song that makes us go, yes, that's what I feel when you're driving down the road and you don't know why, but you're driving a little faster and you're holding the wheel a little tighter. I have to turn it up because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it.
Guitars has become a beacon for those who are lost and confused in the neighborhood to come wander and make music at. But more realistically, it's become a beacon for people coming from around the state and the country to play and buy guitars. This used to be a casino in the 19-teens and a brothel and a bowling alley in the 40s. But that's another story. But you know, these smaller shops do amazing business, and they have a great relationship with the makers of these guitars and with their customers.
That's on like all of the old Strats, right? Because in the 60s, when the early 50s, when this came out, like, this had never been done before. So they put like, and let me say, actually, I think I might have just messed up too, because it says contour body. It says contour body, right? Because the body's contoured, and that hadn't never been done before. So.
We have a great local community here, and they're very supportive. We have a great statewide community, and they've been very supportive. We have people driving from all over the state, and we've actually started reaching people from South Carolina and from Southern Virginia, and they drive in, which is, there's not many small guitar shops that carry like the top of the line instruments and have options to get them a fine custom shop or a great guitar from Northern Ireland and just have it hanging on the wall where they can play it.
And what was so cool about this is, like, I looked at this entire wall of guitars, and for some reason I loved that guitar. And people would go, really? That's the one that you like?
No, that's like, and it's probably one of the better ones up there. That guitar is actually phenomenal. They're all great, but so yeah, it's interesting. Like, so like, yeah, on a maple fretboard, they'll put the wear in, and and if you look at that guitar, if I could pull it down, you can see like on the under, like right next to the frets, right, there's like dirt in there.
My name is James Villone with a V. I work at Casino Guitars. I like to sell guitars and stuff.
Because back in before the 30s, this is pretty much how guitars looked. They were small like this, so that you'd play it like this, primarily like a classical guitar. So it wasn't until like the mid 30s that like that body style came out, which is called the Dreadnought. It's named after a World War I battleship. Because when there's one of them around, there's not to be dread.
James is a trip because most people think James is my brother. And then some people have asked me if he's my son, which is great too. So whenever they ask that, I always say yes, no matter what they ask. So we've had some customers that have come back in from, he's not, that have come in from like years, like when we've only been open for 2.5, almost 3 years, I guess. People come in from when we first opened, like, oh, how's your brother doing? I'm like, oh, excuse me? Oh, I forgot I told you he's my brother because you asked that. Or how's your son? I'm like, he's great.
I've met a ton of artists in my life, like, and I hate artists. I fucking hate artists. I really do. You know, which is funny because I am one. Because I hate guitar players too. I fucking hate guitar players. But I'm a guitar player.
I met James when he was a student at high school, Pinecrest, and he was this sweet little funny man. they had this giant afro. Yeah, it was adorable. This tiny little face, you know, and then this, he wore these he had this peach shirt with a ruffly butterfly thing, and he wore sort of bell bottoms and platform shoes. It was kind of horrible but beautiful the same way. And he was super passionate, and he actually had the goods to back it up.
Well, I was like an ugly kid in high school and I didn't have any friends, so I started playing guitar.
Playing music allowed me to be with myself, which was like
A really cheap form of therapy.
honest to God, don't know why I do it. I ask myself the same question all the time. Why the fuck do you do that? It's like,
Yeah, so James is he's integral to everything we do here, and we love him. He's like my son and my brother, and the guy I hate more than anybody at the same time. But anyway, then we love James.
Yo, we fucking famous, dude. So I'm not doing this for nothing. The fuck this is.
I think musicians tend to be shy, sensitive, guarded in personal life, but when we get up there on stage, you almost forget that the rest of the world exists.
So like normal people, this is what normal people do. Like a normal sane person has an inner circle of friends that they talk about their emotions with, and talk about the things that are going on in their life. And then they don't tell other people. They just have those few people they trust. I don't have those people, by choice, mind you. So instead, I choose to tell people in a public forum, but very cryptically, with bad poems that I put to music. You know what I mean? That's how it works for me.
Cody was down at the park trying to cop something for free. When all of a sudden the phone rang, it was Carlotta saying she got a lead. Well, I'll be down here about an hour and a half, so can you pick up something for me? Those were the days when everything would come together fine. But she couldn't get high enough to save anything else for me. So I would just drown in my problems and in my complacent reverie.
I would play music for free. And I think that's the way most creative people are. I think that they put no real monetary value on what they're creating.
If I didn't write it, well, I don't really have a choice. I write. That's what I do. Some people fucking sell cars and some people are doctors. I'm a writer. I'm a performer.
James has outrageous levels of talent, and I love talent. I'm drawn to talent like a fly is drawn to a light. I was going to say poop, but that's a bad reference to away James with.
you find a tape labeled James Villone, just leave it in the trash.
I don't know, there was some good shit on that. There was a guy, I listened back to it a while back, and I was like, okay, there was a couple of good things on there.
It's funny because it is I say that because I'm never really happy with my work, but then sometimes you write a song and then you leave it and you forget it, and then you once you forget it, you go back and listen to it, and you're like, man, that wasn't that bad. That was pretty good. You did a pretty good job on that one, man. High five, you know.
James was never a student, but he would come in for help, and I just because taking private lessons can be expensive and stuff, and and it's not for everybody. But I would always have my doors always open for James, and we would try to record him, and it was always just to help his talent be fostered.
I've had people come in who I think are really good, and I'll record them for free because Baxter did that for me when I was young. When I was a teenager, he heard me play and was like, "Hey, you're really good. Let me make an album for you." And he made a whole album for me for free. We would just come in on Saturdays and Sundays and I'd walk down here because I was broke. And I didn't have a fucking car. With my guitar and shit, and I'd play songs. And we did this whole record together for free. It was fucking awesome. It was a great experience. And I'll never forget that.
Start from the top. There we go. Stop. slow. Don't get frustrated, it's okay. It's just guitar. Let's try again. 3, 4, and 1. That was your cue. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and bum, 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 bum. Good. Do it again.
I feel like young people now want to have a tactile sensation, and they want to actually play something again, and it's our job. We're like ambassadors for this beautiful thing called the guitar that we're all obsessed with here. And it's one of the most tactile instruments you can probably find because it is made of wood, an organic living, creation, and then we've shaped it into this awesome box that makes sound that we can take anywhere with us. You can bend the strings, you can push them down in different ways. It's not just like where you hit a note and sound comes out. You have to do all sorts of things, and it's our job to help people find out how to do this, not just as a means to an end, but also as a fulfillment in their own happiness in life. And I hope most of our students don't become professionals in it. They just use it as an aspect of pleasure and a way to communicate with other people, and in a strange way with nature.
Think of playing guitar like your voice, right? That's how I think about it. Like, it's not a series. Think about it less of like a series of licks. Like when a singer sings, a singer think about singing, right? So like if you have a band and there's a singer, the band's gonna start the song, and the singer's just gonna ask, what song are you playing? Yeah. They're not gonna ask like, oh, what key is it in? Yeah. Like a guitar player would. Yeah. Like, oh, what key is this in? It's a guitar player has to think. Yeah. Whereas like, I know what key is in. I mean, like, and it's like a singer's like, cool, I'm just gonna like fucking sing. And I try to like play guitar like that. Mm-hmm. Like, instead of worrying about like, oh, okay, so I'm in my third box pentatonic. Like, and that's what I'm gonna play. It's more like, what do I want to hear? Like, what do I want to emote? Honest to God, I'm too old. At this point, you get started with feeling like you start to feel stupid, for continuing to do it, because it's like, you're not 19 anymore. You're not 20 anymore. You're not 21 anymore. You're not 22 anymore. Fuck. You don't want to be the, 35-year-old living in New York thinking your band's still going to make it. That's always like the nagging thought of like, maybe you just missed the mark.
You wake up and one morning you have the decision to either just continue going to work every day or to like take a risk and do something fucking crazy. Which like is being an artist and going out and trying to get in front of people and sell records, and get a fan base and all this shit. And that's the stupid thing to do, but it's also the kind of the only thing you can do if you want to maintain any kind of sanity.
I am about to release a music video. Yes! I'm about to release a music video. I was wide awake. She was sleeping by my side. It must have been something you said that kept the lights on in my head. It must have been something you done to let you rest easy on my mind.
I almost got hit by a train, which was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which was fun. That was a pretty cool moment. I think my favorite part about that video is that like when that happened in real time. Like we didn't plan that, and I didn't realize how close I was to the side. So like the thing I was happiest about was that like the train came by, and when the train came by, obviously trains are loud, so I couldn't hear the audio anymore. But I had listened to it so many times at that point, like because I had played it so many times that like when the train had passed and I could hear it again, I was still in time with the song. I was like, yes.
Right.
All these years of being a musician have paid off.
He's been, you know, #1 part of the family. He's more family than like I don't look at this as like people that work here. It's if you work here, you're probably gonna get fired. Is how I look at it. It's if you're part of the family, you'll be here as long as you want to be here. And like I hope James is here to help the place grow. I hope he goes away some when he does. He was on tour some this summer doing the Irish thing. I hope he does that whenever he wants. It's a strange place to work.
Yeah. I need some AC/DC.
And see, that's my thing. I have a problem with AC/DC because maybe this is the polar opposite.
Yeah. I like their recorded stuff.
Well, but I also feel like that a lot of their stuff, if you think about it, and I know it's designed this
Cookie
way.
cutter, exactly the same.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like, oh, that works. So I'm doing that. It's like the Call of Duty of rock.
Yeah.
I literally just wrote an AC/DC song.
Yeah,
while you guys weren't
yeah,
paying
you
attention.
did.
All the arts are designed to, not only for the artist to express it, but it's also, the artist also wants to provoke this emotional response, whether it's happy, sad, angry, whatever. And that's not easy to do.
What would be awesome? One of my dreams is to play in front of an audience of people and have them sing along my song. You know, that would be wonderful. I would like to just write one song that's just really fucking good. I want to feel like, you know, the things that I did while I was here on this planet mattered in some way.
I guess to answer your question, the reason I want to play this song is because I feel like these two songs are where I'm at as a songwriter right now. You'll be staring out the back window of a Greyhound bus when you leave town that day. And I hope you start feeling better knowing that you really did finally get away. Nothing